All right, so here I got my string bean trellising up along my fence line. I planted these guys about 6 weeks ago, and check it out. We got some really long ones already. Look at that. I can't wait to eat this one. So this one's ready for harvest, and quite a few of I've actually been picking a few off already this week, and just kind of munching on them as I was working in the garden. And so I built this 16 gauge wire trellis that I bought off of Amazon. You can get like 200 feet of it for like 10, 12 bucks or something like that. And it's a lot cheaper than trying to buy, any cage wire or pre-made type of fencing. And yeah, so basically I just kind of created the trellis there and just tied them up. And really with the string beans, they're a vining type of plants. So whenever I started it, whenever the seeds were starting to shoot up, as soon as they were able to, I just kind of tied them up to this first line, and then the plant just kind of did the rest on its own. And then a week after I planted my string beans, I planted these cucumbers. So this is a slicing variety of cucumbers. Check it out. And these guys are growing pretty well too. And I've got a few cucumbers already. Let's see here. Let's take a peek where that cucumber is. Oh, here he is. So actually, I'm going to be harvesting this guy a little early to help promote more cucumber growth. Moving on to the tomatoes. Check it out. So this is my 12-foot long raised bed, and I've added these 8-foot furring strips for them to trellis. The interesting thing that I'm doing with these tomatoes is a technique called single vining or single stemming with the tomatoes. So whenever you let the tomatoes grow, there's going to be a main stem that it'll grow from. And check this one out. This is my Cherokee purple variety. I have quite a few heirloom tomatoes in this raised bed, and it's producing pretty well for me right now. But what you do in order to single stem is you prune off the suckers and you don't let it bush out, and you kind of force it to grow vertically, which is really awesome. So the idea is that I'm gonna have 8-foot tall tomato plants. So they're about halfway there. Moving over to my peppers, I got quite a variety of peppers as well. So as you can see here, what I did with my peppers is I had topped them to help promote more of a bushier growth, so they were getting a little too tall and lanky. This is a Hungarian hot wax, these two here, and then some of them you can start to see it's trying to push out some fruit. Over there we have the Anaheim peppers. So these are a little bit less spicy zone, a little bit larger kind of peppers. These two here are my jalapenos. And then I have my poblanos. Also intercropping here with some sweet basil. These are Western style basil. Very, very fragrant. Great with pizzas, different pastas, anything you love to put basil on. Two special ones. So these are Laotian chili peppers that I got from my mom. So she actually gave me some of the peppers from her garden, and I saved the seeds from last year and was able to get these guys to sprout, so I can't wait to see. I also have some of these guys in the greenhouse as well, and you can kind of remember what these look like because there's going to be a significant difference in this experiment that I'm doing right now. Got my sunflowers, I got zinnias, I got cosmos, I got some borage, a really nice variety of different kinds of flowers to help attract those pollinators like the bees. Ooh, I also planted a row of alyssums along here. So they're just now starting to push out some flowers. But once these guys get going, probably won't be able to stop them. All right, let's check out inside the greenhouse. Over here, I've got the same habanero pepper plant, but check out the difference. I mean, look how big those leaves are. Very, very broad leaves. It's a lot taller, less bushy than the ones I've been growing outside. This is my jalapeno from last year. That's been producing really well. I think you guys probably seen pictures of me posting about that. And then check this out. This is my mom's Thai or Laos chili pepper. I'm Laotian, so we call them Laos chili peppers, not Thai. And so, yeah, look how much of a difference that is. It's a lot taller, the leaves are a lot wider and broader. So it definitely makes a difference growing inside of a greenhouse versus outdoors. And this shade cloth, this 40% shade cloth, actually, I can feel at least a 10 to 15 degree temperature difference being in here rather than being outside. This is also my bell pepper plant from last year that survived inside the greenhouse over the winter and starting to produce really well for me. Just kind of varieties of my experimenting plants there. Got another Amish paste over here. And this is the yellow pear tomatoes. You can see some of them turning yellow already. And then I got my cherry tomatoes. So the ones in the greenhouse, I'm not single stemming. What I'm doing is I'm just letting them bush out. And over here I'm drying some of my cayenne to make pepper flakes. And then these are the green onions seeds that I'm saving there. So yeah, pretty cool, huh? And that's it, guys. That's the update on my garden. It's been so much fun. So getting to spend some time early in the mornings and then late in the evenings just kind of working on it and seeing what happens and experimenting. So it makes quarantine a little bit more bearable, especially with the craziness that's happening nowadays. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys checking this video out, and I'll see you guys on the next one.